Earth. Alluring, appealing, dazzling, delicate, elegant and exquisite, fascinating, graceful. Yes, I'm reading a page from a thesaurus. This Earth is our Earth. Ours for the taking. For us to strive forwards and make a prominent mark in our history so that the future generations of this world will look back in pure wonder and amazement.
Not!
I'm Gr9, and I'm going to be teaching you about global warming. We're out here in the wild, searching for effects of global warming. Right here, come in, right here. We have right here, prime example, global warming. Our everyday environment is affected by global warming.
This guy's the science guy.
This guy's the science guy.
Science rules.
Guy.
T-minus 10 seconds.
Science is cool.
Guy.
This guy's the science guy.
Global warming.
Didgeridoo is right. Those melting snowmen are a sign of global warming. See, it's the middle of January out there, and it's above zero. This can all be explained by the melting ice caps. From 1978 to 2004, sea ice coverage in the Arctic has decreased 7.8% on average each decade. Depleting ice caps have a huge effect on global weather. Melting ice caps affect the position of the jet stream. The jet stream flows through our Earth, causing winds and weather patterns. The melting ice caps are creating blockages in the jet stream, which causes the jet stream to go further north and further south, causing heat waves and cold snaps. Now, if anybody tells you that global warming is a myth because that it's still wintertime, oh, it's still cold outside, you can tell them that to prove them wrong. Global warming is the gradual increase of the Earth's atmosphere due to greenhouse gases and other pollutants. Since the industrial age, NTO, nitrous oxide, has increased in our atmosphere 18%. CO2, carbon dioxide, has increased 39%. And CH4, methane gases, has increased an insane 148%. 99.9% of our world scientists tell us that our carbon emissions from our cars, trains, planes,
Development.
everything are causing global warming. You might be led to believe that all pollution comes from big factories, but a lot of pollution and waste comes from our own homes.
Even in just our own backyard, we create lots of pollution and waste. Things like chemical fertilizers, gas-guzzling lawnmowers, improper or overuse of sprinkler systems.
Oh, would you look at that?
Now, to each person their own, it may not seem like you're making a lot of waste, but this all adds up in what's called your ecological footprint. The ecological footprint explains how much natural resources a single person or community uses to sustain themselves. Okay, so to explain ecological footprint, let's pretend...
Okay, we're beginning.
This bin of marbles
Marbles, yeah.
is our Earth's resources.
Resources.
And inside each one of these marbles is what one person needs to sustain themselves.
Alright, I'm lost.
So if one person comes and take one marble from the bin, that doesn't seem like a lot. But one by one, each person takes one more and one more. And by the end of it, all of the marbles are gone.
One of my relatives is a farmer of a local organic family-run farm in Combermere, Ontario. I got in contact with him to ask him a couple short questions.
What is your name and occupation?
My name is Stash Schulist and my occupation is farmer.
What is the name of your farm and what do you produce?
The name of our farm is Schulist Family Farm, and we produce organically raised meats, chicken, pork, and beef, and vegetables.
Is your product raised and grown and sold sustainably?
Yeah, in terms of our meat products, the beef, pork, and chicken, definitely raised and grown. Even from starting with their feed, especially their beef, it's grass-fed, so all the feed comes from here on the farm. They don't eat any grain, which is actually against their natural biological design of how their bodies are made up of. And all the way through until they're processed, they're raised organically, and again, as we said, with nature, so biologically how they were supposed to be raised, what they're really supposed to be eating. The chickens are free range. They go out and run around in the grass and eat lots of bugs. The pigs are eating a little bit of grain, but they're eating a lot of vegetable scraps, weeds and grass from the garden, fruit, that kind of thing. And then in terms of being sold, we like to, as I had mentioned before, market our produce and our meats to local customers, and we sell them at 2 local farmers markets right here in town in Combermere and in Barry's Bay, and that cuts down on our travel costs, and that makes it just that much more friendlier for the environment.
Do you think your method of farming is more sustainable than conventional farming?
Yeah, I would say it is. Reasons being, first off, by not using chemical inputs such as chemical fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, that kind of thing, we are more environmentally friendly or environmentally sustainable. We like to work with nature. Nature has a lot of beneficial things in terms of farming, growing crops that you can promote, whereas conventional farming usually likes to do away with that and to actually go against what nature is providing you in terms of how you're growing crops or raising animals. I'd also say in terms of our style of farming, organic farming, we're also pro-local. Conventional farming can do that as well, but being a smaller scale, we like to sell a lot of our stuff here locally, which cuts down on transportation, which negatively impacts the environment.
Do you think people who live the way you do have a smaller ecological footprint than the average person?
Yeah, I would say so. We eat a lot. We eat most of our own produce. We grow a very big garden. In the summer months, we rarely buy fruits or vegetables from the grocery store, which means we're growing everything here on the farm, eating all the meat from the farm. In terms of our waste, a lot of our food waste goes to our pigs, and the meat sometimes goes to the cats and the dogs here in the farm, so we're not wasting that way. We compost lots. Some of the compost from our food compost goes into the larger compost from the manure, and that gets all recycled here on the farm and put back on the fields, which in turn then grows grass for the cows, and then we're eating the cows. So it's a very contained cycle here in the farm, and that lessens our ecological footprint of where we get our food.
It's estimated annually that we take 40% more than we can give back to our environment. Sustainability is an important mindset that us as humans need to start taking on now, as soon as possible. Sustainability is the ability to be maintained, or kept at the same level. So, for us as humans to be sustainable, we need to look at our ecological footprint, and we need to only take what we need versus what we want. Let's take a look at what you want versus what you need. Let's say you go to the grocery store. You want to buy this pack of donuts, but you need to buy fruits and vegetables. Which one is more important? That was just a small example. Think of something more wasteful. You want the new iPhone, but you need to pay your rent. You buy the iPhone. Then you're stuck without a house and a crappy phone. Now what?
You're totally screwed.
Now, global warming may seem like a really serious thing, and it is, but everyday things that we can do in our everyday lives can help change the environment before it gets too late.
There's lots of easy ways that you can be environmentally friendly and sustainable in your everyday life.
Take the stairs instead of an elevator. Buy an electric car. Carpool. Buy a rain diverter and flush your toilet with rainwater. Regulate your thermostat. Turn lights off. Buy organic foods from locally owned shops. Or grow your own food. Buy an eco-friendly dishwasher or washing machine. Ride a bike. Walk.
If everybody does one small thing, it all adds up in the end.